Yo, what is up, my bubbly boys? Back here in another video. Hope you guys have an amazing day as per usual. Also, happy new year. Hope you guys having an amazing new year. You know, starting off the new year, a new you kind of thing. Having some goals in mind for the new year. I know I sure do. So I hope you guys do too. If you guys want to let me know in the comments down below what's your New Year's resolution, you can. It doesn't have to be Yu-Gi-Oh related. Just love hearing from you guys in the comments down below. So feel free to. No judgment here. No one's gonna judge you at all. So yeah, in today's video we are going to be doing a very special video because this is gonna be very similar to my live twin Unchained Fiendsmith build. Reason being is that it is the same concept, but we did cut down a lot of the bricks with the Unchained engine, and we cut down on a lot of the Unchained engine in general. We cut it down to 3 cards, which are kind of bricks, but it's fine because this does give this deck a lot of non-engine space too, and this does free up 2 extra slots in the extra deck space, which is really nice and is really what the deck needs. So I did choose to run 2 new cards in the extra deck, which I'll get to in a bit. And we also get a heck ton of non-engine space. So we have a total of 19 non-engine space in this deck list right here, and this could be more than that if you choose to do so. If you do choose to cut something like a secret password, this could be 20 non-engine, which is, or maybe like a Fiendsmith, something like that. You could cut it down to 20 non-engine plus. Like you could run more than 20 non-engine, which is absolutely insane, right? So the reason why I'm doing this is because this is gonna be a new and improved, because this reason right here. And yeah, I really want to show you guys this and show you guys the combos that you will now be able to do, because this is not your average Fiendsmith live twin list, right? This actually uses the Unchained Soul Shyama, which you never really see in not Unchained Fiendsmith, live twin Fiendsmith list, which is, and this card is actually really crucial to the deck in order to actually make the boards a whole lot better, which I'll be showing you guys in a bit. So in today's video, I'm gonna be showing you guys a quick deck profile. And then after that, 2 combos in which it's a 1 card combo, in which you could go into 2 different lines, which I'll be showing you those both 2 different lines. And after that, 2 card combo in which it's a 1 line combo, but you could actually modify it in order to be like a whole bunch of different lines depending on your playstyle, right? Or depending on matchup too. So before we get started, don't forget to like and subscribe. We're trying to reach 500 subscribers, so if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. I greatly appreciate it. We're almost there. Really appreciate you guys' support. And you know what? Let's hop right into it. So for starters, we are going to be running 3 copies of Live Twin Lela. Of course, she is our best normal summon, so you have to run 3. 3 Live Twin Key Skill. Of course, we want to keep the deck as consistent as possible, so running 3 of Live Twin Key Skill does make sense to me personally. Especially since we're running a 41 card deck, we do want this deck to be a little more on the consistent side, because we don't want to draw dead hands at all, right? And not even hands with like just Fiendsmith, you know what I mean? Sure, hands with just Fiendsmith can work, but I just don't really want to see that, right? So next we are running 1 of each of the extenders, that way we are able to extend our opponent's hand traps, because of course we do not have the new live twin support in the TCG just yet. So unfortunately we're gonna have to run Treat and Frost in the deck. Alright, next after that we do have a 3 Sunny Snitch and 2 Secret Password. This was my personal choice, because although Secret Password is not more of a favorable starter for the live twin deck, because it does lose to Droll, and Droll is a little prevalent in today's format, I just do think it is worth keeping your live twin deck consistent in order to actually play the game. Plus, you do have things like Cross Out and Cold Bite in order to get rid of those annoying cards like Droll and Lockbird, Nibiru, stuff like that, right? So next after that, we do have 1 Shavar, 1 Shyama for the Unchained engine, and then also you do have the Abominable Chamber of the Unchained. So this is very important here. These cards are absolutely mandatory for the Unchained engine. Of course, you could you could cut the Shyama if you choose to do so, but I really think you guys should hear me out right now. This deck actually really needs the Shyama right now, and I'll be showing you guys why in a bit. And it's definitely worth keeping the Shyama too, which I'll also show you guys in a bit. So next after that, we will be running 3 Engraver, 1 Lacrima, 1 Lurie, and then 1 Tract. Reason why we're running 3 Engravers because I really wanted to keep this deck consistent as well as be able to extend through opponent's hand traps, because the only problem with this deck is that although it is able to run a lot of non-engine, it can't play through opponent's hand traps as well as the other version of the deck that I showed you guys a couple weeks ago. So that does really create a problem for this deck, because a lot of people like Brazil and Malice are able to run a crap ton of non-engine. So you do need to be able to combat those hand traps in order to actually win the game, right? So next after that, we do have a non-engine line. So feel free to change this as you please. Right now I'm running 3 Ash, 3 Veiler, 2 Ogre, but I do see a world where you run 3. It's a very nice board breaker, able to out Desiree, and is able to out also dual drive, Rizzo dual drive. It's not really good in the Malice matchup, I don't think, but it's still a really good card overall. And then 3 impermanents, and you have 3 Droll, 1 Nibiru, 1 Mourner, and then 2 cross out, 1 call by. I would definitely side the 3rd cross out though. I definitely recommend running 3 cross out either in the main or side. Next for the extra deck, we have 2 key skill, 1 Lila, 1 Troubled Sunny, the bare minimum. Next we have 1 SP Little Knight, 1 Muckraker, 1 Yama, a 1 Rage for the Unchained engine. So that's all we're running for the Unchained engine. No Anguish, no Abomination. And then after that, we're going to be running 1 Nightmare Griffin. I was 8 years old when I figured out that Nightmare Griffin is a light fiend, so this could work for the Unchained engine. I mean, not the Unchained engine, the Fiendsmith engine, in the grind game as well. So like I say, if the opponent really can't play and it goes back to you and you ended on a Griffin, you could link that away for a Requiem and keep on going Fiendsmith plays and be able to try and OTK your opponent, right? Which does where Agnumde comes into play, and then after you're able to OTK with just the Fiendsmith stuff. So yeah, that does also work, which is really interesting. You also have Axis Kotaku here. This is more of my OTK choice, is because I really do feel like Axis Kotaku is a little bit better than Unchained Abomination, because it can turn into a 4300 B stick or higher than that, and it could also pop multiple cards in your opponent controls, and it's just your opponent can't respond to it. So I think it's way better than Abomination, if I'm being completely honest, though it is a cyber, so you do get fiend locks sometimes, so just be wary of that. Make sure you're not fiend locked when you're trying to summon this card. And after that, for the Fiendsmith stuff, you have 1 Requiem, 1 Sequence, 1 Desiree, and you do have Aerial Eater, which is very important to the deck. You can run Necroquip Princess if you choose to do so, but I really think that Aerial Eater is a must-have in this deck. I still haven't found out combos though for Necroquip. I don't really run Necroquip in the deck a lot, but I'll have to see what I could do with Necroquip in the future. And I caught my Aerial Eater, but you know that was Aerial Eater. So next after that, we do have DDD Wave Hacking Caesar is our last card in our extra deck. Very nice Endboard piece. And then for the side deck, I'm not running a side deck. These are just more cards you could just run instead of certain cards. Like if you want to switch out certain cards, or you want an idea of what you could side. In this format, I definitely think Fulos or like the Mocharmies in general are cards that you could side. You could side the Bestials, Nibiru, or you could even main any of these cards as well. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm just giving you guys an idea of what engines you could maybe run too, like Fiendsmith Paradise, stuff like that. Maybe the Evil Twins main deck monster, if you want to run that for a target on Trouble Sunny, you could do that. Or you could just like run a board breaker approach, just like evenly matched, forbidden droplet, stuff like that. It's all based on your choosing, of course. At the end of the day, you're the deck builder. You're the one that chooses what you want the outcome to be, right? So now that we are done with the deck list, let's go on to combo number 1. Alright, welcome to combo number 1, or combo numero uno. Today we're going to be showing a 1-card combo showcasing the 1 Live Twin Lila. So let me lower my volume real quick, and then after that we'll be able to go into the combo. So first we're going to normal summon a Live Twin Lila, activate the effect in order to summon back Key Skill. Key Skill Frost to be exact. So next after that we're going to go ahead and link into a Evil Twin Key Skill, in which Key Skill effect will then after that activate the effect to summon back the Lila. Very important here, now we go ahead and link the Key Skill into a Requiem, and a Requiem effect is going to activate, tribute yourself to summon back to Lacrima. And then Lacrima effect is going to go ahead and send the Engraver from deck to grave. Now we can link the Lacrima and the Lila into a Evil Twin Lila, and that can summon that key skill. And after that key skill effect, it's going to draw, since we control Lila monster, and we will draw something like a hand drop or something like that. I'm just showing this as an example. And after that, we got a link into Trouble Sunny here, and then after I activate the effect Trouble Sunny, tribute yourself, summon back to 2 twins. Okay, no effect on Lila here. We're just gonna link these 2 off for a. We could go for a Yama here, but normally you would go for a Yama, but actually we're gonna go for a little bit of a different play here. We're actually gonna go for a sequence, in which sequence can activate its effect, shuffling back the Lacrima and the Fiendsmith Requiem into Aerial Eater. Okay, Aerial Eater would then send a Fiend from deck to grave, so we can send a Shavar. Shavar would then activate, setting the Abominable Chamber from our deck to our field. And next, since these 2 are Fiends, we can link those 2 into our copy of Yama. Yama will then activate, is going to add a Shavar from our graveyard to our hand. Okay, next we can activate the effect of Shavar, popping the set, summoning Shavar, and then after we can activate the set. And this is where Shyama comes into play, very important here. And the plays do not stop here, because then we can link into Rage. And then Shyama's effect Engrave pops the Rage, summon itself, so that's very important here. This is why I like running Shyama on the deck, it's very, very nice. And it's also really nice for follow-up too. And this also gives you a reason that you can run the Anguish and Abomination too, because this could come back every turn, as long as you have a way to get into grave. So it's not like a thing where you just link the Rage into SP and then have your whole Unchained engine gotten rid of. You actually have a way to actually get back to your Unchained engine, such as cards like Unchained Soul Shyama. So if you have like a Caesar or something like that on your board, you're able to go back into Unchained engine and then keep on playing and breaking your opponent's board, right? So that is where the Shyama comes into play, very important. And next after that, we also gonna be able to activate this effect of Yama to summon back Trouble Sunny, and then after Rage is gonna add back the Engraver since he was destroyed. So next after that, what we're gonna do here, we're gonna activate the effect of Engraver. Now this is gonna be a different line here. So this is actually gonna be the Griffin line, which we end on a Griffin here. So we're gonna go ahead and add the Tract, activate Tract, grab the Lurry. This card, the Lurry is gonna summon back itself. After that, we're going to activate the effect of Engraver, in which Engraver is going to go ahead and shuffle back the sequence, summon the Engraver, and after that we can link those 2 into a Muckraker. Muckraker effect will activate, and then after I summon back a Link 2, doesn't matter which Link 2 it is, because we're going to link it off anyways. Link all 4. The Shyama is also supposed to go in the bottom of the deck, my apologies, I didn't put it in the bottom, but in this case it would go in the bottom, and then we link into Nightmare Griffin, in which Nightmare Griffin can go ahead and set our chamber. Discard a card, set the chamber, and then draw a card. And remember, we still have 4 other cards in hand as interruption, which is absolutely insane. So that's gonna be hand traps or whatever like that. And it beats decks like Branded, Rizio. I think a little bit of Malice too. No, I don't think Malice. I'm not too sure about Malice. I'm not really too experienced in the Malice matchup, but I do know that it does hurt a lot of decks in terms of the Griffin Lock. The Griffin Lock is very, very detrimental, and even if they do set up a link play, you go Trouble Sunny, pop the link, and then basically they have to go for another link play, or they just absolutely lose the game. Because you can also go into a chamber in which you could put the Rage right here and then link with your opponent's monster into SP Little Knight and then just get rid of all the resources, and it's just absolutely insane, right? Then you could go, and then you have chamber and Griffin Lock, and as well as Trouble Sunny as interruption, right? And whatever hand traps of course you have in your hand. And remember, you also have Key Skill Frost Engrave. If you start with a little monster, you could draw into an extra card on your turn and an extra card in your opponent's turn, which is up to 6 disruptions in your hand, which is absolutely insane. And then now I'm going to be showing you guys a different line here. So we're going to rewind this real quick back to where we had the Rage and Shavar in field. And then remember the Shaman Engrave as well. So we're going to rewind all this here. Next after that, we're going to go ahead and activate the Shyama. And this is going to be a Rage plus Caesar play, okay? So we're going to go ahead and summon back the Shyama, popping the Shavar. Then after that, we're going to use Yama's effect to summon back the Trouble Sunny. Next after that, we're going to go Engraver's effect, shuffle back a sequence, summon back the Engraver, and then go for a DDD Wave Hiking Caesar. So this is another end board you can end on. It still ends on a lot of disruptions, so let me show you guys what you have here. You still have 4 other cards in hand. Remember, you draw 2 in your opponent's turn as well, so that's upwards of 6 cards, which is absolutely insane. You also have Trouble Sunny, that could pop a card, draw a card, and then after that you also have Rage as an interruption as well. And you do have DDD Wave Hiking Caesar as well as an interruption. And if you were running the Unchained engine in the extra deck, you could also go into Anguish on the following turn because you have Shyama in under the Caesar, which is absolutely insane. So that is the 2 lines I want to show you guys with the 2-card combo. Now let's go into the that 1-card combo. Now let's go on to the 2-card combo. Alright, welcome to 2-card combo. In this case, we have a Lila plus an Engraver. But this could be any live twin monster or any access to a live twin monster plus Engraver, right? So we're gonna go ahead and activate the Lila effect. We don't send it to grave. We're gonna summon the Kisika Frost, and next after that is gonna be more of a rinse and repeat. So I'm gonna fast forward this real quick. It's gonna link into the. We're gonna summon back the Kisika link into the Requiem after we summon back the Lila. And next after that, Requiem is going to summon back the Lacrima, send the Fiendsmith from deck to grave. Lila summon back Keyskill draws a card, then we're going to link into Trouble Sunny. Trouble Sunny activates effect, summon 2 twins, and this is where it gets a little bit different here. We could activate the Engraver in our hand in order to grab the Tract. Okay? Tract is then going to activate, adding the Lurie, discarding the Lurie, summon back the Lurie. I do love the Altar, by the way. And next after that, we're going to go ahead and link those 2 for a Yama as a Shavar. And very important here, instead of going for a Rage here, we actually go for a sequence. So we're gonna shuffle back the 3, make sure that one of them is at least an Engraver. So I shuffle back 3 Life Fiends, make sure one of them is an Engraver, so we summon back the Desiree. Next after that, we're gonna use the Shavar, pop the sequence because we need the engrave. We could use the engrave anyways, so we're not letting it go to waste here. And then after that, we can use Alma's effect since the card was destroyed. We summon back the Trouble Sunny. And after that, we could use the Engraver effect, shuffle back, summon back the Engraver. And after that, go into Caesar. Or we could link these 2 into a copy of Soul of Rage, which does give us 3 interruptions in total. Just remember that this does lose to things like it does lose to things like Ghost Over and stuff like that, so just remember that. Ghost Over, Imperm, I think not Mourner, never mind. It does not lose to the Mourner, but yeah, it does lose to cards like that. Meanwhile, Caesar doesn't really lose to cards like that. That makes sense. But you also do have the Shavar effect that sets the trap, in which that could get you a nice follow-up, or you could summon back the Rage if you already used the Rage, and then since you will have a SP plus Rage on the following turn, that could get you into something like an Access Code Talker, which is really, really nice. Next after that, we were supposed to also shuffle back the Lurie. I forgot to mention that. We were supposed to shuffle back the Lurie off the Engravers, how we could use the sequence effect to equip itself to Desiree. So what do we have here? We do have a trap in which it's not going to get us to any disruption in specific, because we don't have the Rage Engrave, right? But we do have a Frost Engrave as well. We do get this is also 3 other cards in hand plus the 2 cards we also draw on our opponent's turn, which is a total of 5 cards in hand, which is absolutely insane. You have Desiree in the gate. You also have a Rage or a Caesar that you go into, and that is pretty much it for the 2-card combo. So honestly, I don't think it's that impressive as the other 1-card combo, if I'm being completely honest. But I'm sure you could change this combo to a more preferable board, if that makes sense. And I still have to figure out no other boards with this 2-card combo. Yeah, I'm still figuring out the deck a little bit. But yeah, that is pretty much it, my bubbly boys. I hope you guys have an amazing day. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.